Imagine you're sick, feeling terrible, and a doctor gives you a pill. You take it, and miraculously, you start to feel better. Only, plot twist, that pill was just a sugar tablet. Completely inert, with no medicinal properties whatsoever. Yet, you improved. This isn't magic, nor is it a sign you're easily fooled. It's the profound and often baffling power of the placebo effect. Your own brain, convinced it's receiving treatment, mobilizes its internal pharmacy, releasing neurochemicals and activating healing processes that are just as real, sometimes even more effective, than actual drugs. It's like your brain is a tiny, incredibly powerful wizard, and the sugar pill is just its wand. The placebo effect isn't just about believing you'll get better, it's a complex interplay of psychological and physiological mechanisms. Expectation plays a huge role. If you expect a treatment to work, your brain can literally trigger a cascade of internal responses, from releasing endorphins, natural painkillers, to modulating immune responses. Conditioning is also key. If you've had positive experiences with medicine in the past, your brain might be conditioned to associate the ritual of taking a pill with getting better. Regardless of what's in the pill, it's also linked to our innate desire for control and hope. When we feel like something is being done to help us, it reduces stress and anxiety, which in turn has a very real impact on our physical well-being. So, the placebo effect isn't about being weak-minded, it's about the extraordinary capacity of your mind to influence your body. Sometimes to a degree that makes actual medication blush. Basically, your brain is a master pharmacist with an incredible knack for self-medication. As long as you give it a good story to believe in. Remember being a kid, and summer vacation felt like an eternity stretching before you. A boundless expanse of popsicle-fueled adventures and endless days? Now, blink, it's Christmas. Then blink again, and it's suddenly next Christmas. What happened to all those months? Did someone hit the fast-forward button on your life? No, you haven't accidentally entered a sci-fi wormhole, you're just experiencing the bizarre, unsettling phenomenon of time seemingly accelerating as you age. This isn't just a feeling, it's a widely observed psychological reality that leaves most adults scratching their heads, wondering where their 20s went. The primary theory behind this temporal warp zone points to two main culprits: novelty and proportionality. When you're young, almost everything is new. Every day is a fresh collection of novel experiences, from learning to ride a bike to discovering a new ice cream flavor. Your brain is a sponge, constantly laying down new memories. And these novel experiences create more markers in your memory. The more unique experiences your brain records, the longer a period feels in retrospect. As you get older, life tends to become more routine. You drive the same commute, do the same job, follow the same schedule. Fewer novel experiences mean fewer memory markers. And consequently, time seems to compress. The second factor is proportionality. When you're 5, a year is a whopping 20% of your entire life. When you're 50, a year is a mere 2% of your life. Proportionally, that year simply feels less significant, a smaller slice of your overall experience. It's like trying to fill a small cup versus trying to fill an Olympic-sized swimming pool. The larger the container, your life, the faster a fixed amount, a year, seems to fill it. Essentially, your brain isn't just aging, it's getting bored and cynical, streamlining its memories until your life just feels like one long, blurry montage. Ever noticed how, as dusk settles in and colors start to fade, some hues disappear faster than others? Like, reds might turn to muddy grays, but blues and greens seem to hang around, almost glowing, even in very low light conditions? You're not secretly a vampire with a unique sensitivity to certain wavelengths. You're experiencing the Purkinje Effect, a fascinating visual phenomenon that reveals a fundamental weirdness in how your eyes perceive color in different light levels. It's like your eyes have a built-in night mode that totally messes with your internal color palette. Here's the quirky science behind it. Your eyes have two main types of photoreceptor cells, cones and rods. Cones are responsible for color vision and work best in bright light. Rods are responsible for low light vision and detect shades of gray. But they don't perceive color. As light levels decrease, your eyes shift from relying primarily on cones to relying more on rods. The trick is, Rods are more sensitive to the blue-green end of the light spectrum and less sensitive to the red end. So, as the light dims, your eye's sensitivity to red light drops off rapidly, making reds appear darker or disappear entirely. Meanwhile, your sensitivity to blues and greens remains relatively high because your rods are still doing their thing. This shift in sensitivity means that blue and green objects appear brighter relative to red objects in dim light than they do in bright light. It's why rescue workers often wear blue-green vests that remain visible as daylight fades. And why the red eye effect in photos looks so jarring. The red reflects brightly back when other colors are muted. Basically, your eyes are like mood rings. But instead of sensing your emotions, they're just getting really picky about which colors they want to see when it gets dark. We talked about face pareidolia, where your brain sees faces in toast. But your brain's pattern-seeking obsession goes way beyond just mugshots. This broader phenomenon is just pareidolia, the tendency to perceive a specific, often meaningful, image or sound in a random or ambiguous stimulus. Think seeing animals in clouds, hearing secret messages in backwards music, or finding meaningful shapes in inkblots. And then there's its slightly more unhinged cousin, apophenia, which is the spontaneous perception of connections and meaningfulness in unrelated phenomena. This is where you start seeing patterns in random numbers, coincidences as destiny, or believe that specific events are secretly linked when they are, in fact, completely independent. This is the stuff of conspiracy theories, superstitious beliefs, and sometimes, actual scientific breakthroughs, but mostly conspiracy theories. Both pareidolia and apophenia stem from your brain's fundamental need to make sense of the world. To find order in chaos. Our brains are prediction machines, constantly trying to anticipate what's next and find meaning in every input. When presented with randomness, instead of shrugging and saying, random, your brain works overtime to impose structure. It's a survival mechanism in a dangerous world. Identifying patterns, like rustling leaves indicating a predator, was critical. Sometimes, though, this mechanism overfires. With pareidolia, it's about visual or auditory input. Your brain finds a familiar template and superimposes it. With apophenia, it's about abstract connections. Your brain links unrelated events because the alternative, pure randomness, is deeply unsatisfying to a mind built for causality. It's why gamblers see streaks, and why some people believe in numerology. It's like your brain is a particularly zealous detective, so desperate to solve a case that it starts connecting dots that aren't even on the same piece of paper. It's an efficient system, mostly, until you start seeing coded messages in your breakfast cereal. You just learned about something new, let's say, a weird, obscure psychological term like Baader-Meinhof phenomenon. And then, suddenly, everywhere you look, you start seeing it. It pops up in articles. Someone mentions it on a podcast. You even spot it referenced in a casual social media post. It's like the universe collectively decided to reveal this concept to you precisely after you first learned about it. Welcome to the infuriatingly common, mildly unsettling world of the Baader-Meinhof phenomenon, more formally known as the frequency illusion. It's not a cosmic conspiracy or a sign that you're suddenly tapped into a secret knowledge stream. It's just your brain being extra. And a bit narcissistic. The science behind this mental trickery is rooted in two cognitive biases: selective attention and confirmation bias. First, selective attention kicks in. Once something is brought to your conscious awareness, your brain's reticular activating system, ROS, gets a new directive. The ROS is like your brain's personal filter, deciding what information is important enough to let into your conscious mind and what gets ignored. Before you learned about the Baader-Meinhof phenomenon, your ROS probably filtered it out as irrelevant noise. But now that you know it, your ROS tags it as important, making you far more likely to notice it when it appears. Second, confirmation bias takes over. This is your brain's tendency to seek out, interpret, and remember information in a way that confirms its pre-existing beliefs or, in this case, its newly acquired knowledge. So, when you do notice the term again, your brain goes, aha, see, I knew this was everywhere, and reinforces the illusion that it's suddenly more prevalent. In reality, it was probably always there. You just weren't attuned to it. It's like buying a new car and suddenly noticing that exact make and model everywhere on the road. The cars didn't magically multiply, your brain just started paying attention. So, don't worry, the universe isn't singling you out. Your brain is just playing an elaborate game of I Spy with itself. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them.